Good morning. I'm Warner Baxter, Executive Chairman of Ameren Corporation. Now, for those of you who don't know Ameren, we're headquartered in St. Louis, and we're one of the largest electric and gas companies in the Midwest, and we have the privilege to serve millions of customers in Missouri and Illinois. Now, I'm also honored to serve as chair of the Edison Electric Institute, which is the trade association representing all of America's investor-owned electric companies. Welcome to the second day of the National Clean Energy Week Policymakers Symposium. Now look, I want to express my appreciation to CREST President Heather Reams and her team for putting together a wonderful agenda and frankly bringing together so many of the key stakeholders who are helping to chart the path towards a cleaner energy future. And of course, I want to express my appreciation to all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules, right, to participate in this symposium. Now, we got off to a great start yesterday. We heard from key members of Congress and leaders from industry and the government discuss a series of important climate-related issues, including the critical infrastructure we need to deliver a resilient and clean energy future, some of the obstacles that we're facing, and the important role that America's investor-owned electric companies and public power utilities are going to play in the clean energy transition. And so today we have another great agenda, and it's going to focus on our clean energy future, of course. But before we look ahead to the agenda, I think it's important we take a step back, reflect a bit on frankly, where we've been. Now, I think we've all heard the saying, what a difference a year makes. From my perspective, there's never been a more appropriate time for this statement to be made than in the energy sector over the last year. If you think about it, since we came together at this symposium last year at this time, much has changed. Significant geopolitical issues have arisen. Energy is now being used as a weapon of war. Energy costs, they've risen significantly, as well as, frankly, many other costs. No doubt we're seeing significant volatility in the capital and energy markets, and supply chains have been disrupted and cyber attacks have increased. Pretty daunting list, right? Yet at the same time, few things have remained constant. Energy security has been and must remain at the top of our minds. Having a reliable and resilient energy grid is foundational to the quality of life for our customers and our country. Remaining focused on customer affordability, well, that's got to be part of everyone's strategy. And the need to take significant action to address climate change for future generations, well, it's critical. So that's why, despite the headwinds and challenges I noted a moment ago, America's investor-owned electric companies have remained focused on the successful execution of our clean energy transition plans. Today, many of EEI's member companies, including Ameren, have established net zero carbon emission targets by 2050 or sooner, with ambitious interim targets. And that's why we've been relentless in our efforts to invest in critical energy infrastructure, drive innovation, and advocate for policies that support those investments to accelerate the clean energy transition across the country, while also enabling us to continue to prioritize energy security, customer reliability, and affordability. That is what our customers expect. This is what our country needs. And so I'm pleased to say that those efforts, as well as those by so many other key stakeholders, and frankly, many of you are participating perhaps in this symposium now, well, they paid off over the last year. Since we met last year, President Biden and Congress have taken unprecedented actions to address climate change, and at the same time, help address energy grid reliability and customer affordability. The Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, the CHIPS and Science Act, and the Inflation Reduction Act includes significant funding for new clean energy technologies, transportation electrification, innovative grid technologies, and robust clean energy tax incentives. Taken together, our industry and our country have an extraordinary package of new tools that will help us effectively execute our clean energy transition plans. Now, having said that, there is important work ahead of us, for all of us, to achieve our collective objectives. Which now brings me to a critical component in the successful execution of the clean energy transition and the focus of our discussion today: innovation. Innovation. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm and her talented team are frankly critical partners for the energy industry. And they are at the center of gravity of the public-private partnership needed to deploy innovative, clean energy technologies that we're going to need to reach a net zero economy. Fittingly, our first session will feature a fireside chat between Jigar Shah, Director of DOE's Loan Program Office, and Tom King, CEO of Cross River Capital and a Crest Forum board member. Now Jigar, he has been a champion of innovation throughout his career. And since joining DOE, he has been meeting with key stakeholders all over the country, championing innovation and related financing techniques. Now, I had the great pleasure of participating in a panel discussion on this topic with Jigar earlier this year, and trust me, you're going to find his insights very interesting. Later, you're going to hear from more key members of Congress, industry, and government leaders as they share their insights on the importance of innovation and other climate-related topics. Whew, we have a full day in front of us, so I'm going to get out of the way and let the program begin. But thanks again for participating in the symposium. You know, effective engagement in meetings like these, coupled with effective collaboration among key stakeholders, has been and will continue to be critical success factors for the clean energy transition. Now is the time for thoughtful leadership, engagement, and action on the challenges and opportunities that are being addressed in all these meetings. And we're going to continue to lead because we're in a position to do so, and because millions of people in our country and around the world are counting on us to do so. Thank you for your efforts, and have a great day.